Hi everyone. Today we are going to demonstrate how data engineering and data science come together with Talend and Spark on Qubole. To show this, we are going to take this raw movies dataset that is complex in nature and transform it into a format that is easy to work with, build interactive reports, and apply machine learning on. Talent on Qubole provides a comprehensive solution to build your cloud data lake and enable your data analytics and data science teams. Talent provides the ability to ingest data from hundreds of sources and land it into your raw data lake. Then Talent uses serverless Spark to prepare, transform, cleanse, and join data sources into a conformed data layer. From there, data analysts and data scientists can work with the prepared data using their language of choice, such as SQL, Python, or R. This allows them to quickly derive insights, report, and apply machine learning. For today's use case, we will be focusing on deriving insights from a movies dataset while minimizing infrastructure costs and providing actionable data for our end users. Our source data is residing in our cloud storage, but it's in raw format, a mixture of CSV and hierarchical JSON structures. Before the JSON structures can be parsed, they have to be validated and appropriately cleansed. Here we can see a high-level design of our Talend pipeline. The Talend Spark job will read source data from Amazon S3, cleanse, parse, transform, and aggregate the data, finally loading the output to Amazon S3 in Parquet format. The data processing will be done using serverless Spark on Qubole. Let's switch over to the Talend Management Console, a fully managed cloud service. Here we can see an operations view of any in-process or completed pipelines. To run an individual pipeline or a plan, which is a collection of pipelines, we can click on Management, then switch over to the appropriate environment. Here we can see our plan. There are two steps in this plan. First, we run Spark jobs to process our data. Then we run a standard job to create Hive tables. In the bottom, we can see our past execution history. Let's click Run now to kick off the plan. The plan is now in the running state. Let's switch over to the Qubole cluster interface, and we can see that our Talend Spark job has been submitted. While this is running, let's switch over to the Talend Studio to look at the technical design of our jobs. In Talend Studio, the first Spark job is going to process the credits dataset. This dataset comprises of CSV and JSON data. Before we can parse the JSON structures, we need to validate and cleanse the JSON. We can do that using a custom getValidJSON function. Then we can use the standard out-of-the-box JSON extract component to parse the JSON structures. The data is then loaded into Amazon S3. The second Spark job is going to process the movies and ratings dataset. Before we can join the two datasets, we need to do some aggregation on the ratings dataset using the aggregate component. The data is then loaded into Amazon S3 in Parquet format. The job is also computing the top 1,000 movies and loading that as a delimited output in Amazon S3. From an execution standpoint, we can head over to the Run tab, and under Spark configuration, we can specify the Qubole distribution and the Spark version. We can also specify Qubole specific configurations such as API token and cluster label. Down below, we can set Spark specific tuning properties such as executor memory, cores per executor, as well as dynamic versus fixed resource allocation. The last job is a standard job that will create external Hive tables on the S3 datasets that were just loaded by the previous jobs. For example, here we're using the Hive create table component specifying the Hive table name as well as the Hive S3 location. Let's take a quick look at the Talend Management Console. We can see that our plan has been successfully completed. Back on the Qubole user interface, our data analyst or scientist can create a new notebook to start analyzing the data. They can specify which language to utilize, such as Spark SQL, Python, or R. In a notebook, I can execute a new query on my dataset to start deriving insights on my data. As I click on Run, a Spark job is initiated on the Qubole cluster. Qubole also allows us different plotting options to help us better visualize the data. Here you can see a breakdown of movies budget versus revenue by month. The advantages of using Talend and Spark on Qubole are clear. Qubole is easy to set up. It provides out-of-the-box, one-click auto-scaling capabilities. It is a fully managed, cloud-based service coupled with Talend's own iPaaS offering. With Talend's graphical interface, you can build and run workloads on Spark and Hive without the need for hand coding. Once data has been processed into a conformed layer, Qubole provides intuitive machine learning and dashboarding capabilities through notepads. That's all we have today on Talend's integration with Qubole.